What was going through Ruth's mind as she trekked along with Naomi all the way back to Bethlehem? I mean, it was a 7 to 10 day journey, so she had plenty of time to ponder what this Bethlehem community was going to be like. Knowing how Israel felt about Moab, see Numbers 25, she may have felt uneasy about how the community would react to her or how they would treat her. In this video, I want you to come along as we uncover an elusive group in this story, a group that's not given very much attention in the text, the women of Bethlehem. These women are present throughout the entire story, but rarely mentioned. What kind of community did they have? How did they support each other? And how did they react to Ruth the Moabite? I'm Samantha Corcoran, and I run the site Geo-Logos. I love to learn the history and the culture and the geography behind a Bible story. This is a video collaboration with the Women Walking with God community. And as we kick off our year-round efforts, I think the women of Bethlehem have a few things to teach us about building community that will help us build our community. You may recall, we've already been following along with Ruth's journey back in March when we had our walking campaign. If you missed out on that video, I've got a link above and it's in the description below. What a trek they took, and they may have even crossed the Dead Sea on foot. That was a possible route, so go take a look at that if you missed it. When Ruth and Naomi finally arrive in Bethlehem after their long journey, the whole town was stirred. And in Hebrew, the word for stirred denotes considerable excitement and commotion. Now, even though the whole town was excited that they were back and everyone was talking about it, we read that only the women greeted Naomi. Now, that was a key function of any village like this, was the women's network. And it was the women who greeted them and welcomed them back. When Naomi and Ruth arrived back in Bethlehem, they likely did not have a home waiting for them. It's entirely possible that it had been sold before their move to Moab. So they may have just temporarily stayed in one of the many caves along the hills of Bethlehem out near the shepherd's fields. Dr. Carol Myers explained that women's ties to each other were instrumental in facilitating help for households having difficulties. Because women in the village spent so much time working on daily tasks together, they had opportunity to share the news of other families, their own situations. The women of Bethlehem likely would have rallied together around Naomi and Ruth to help them as they resettled into Bethlehem. They may have shared from their own households, bringing food, fresh water, bedding, blankets, and other supplies. Maybe they even had the ancient version of a housewarming party. So this group of women in Bethlehem would have worked together for the good of their village and to generously welcome back Naomi and Ruth. As we think about growing this year-round Women Walking with God community, how can we generously welcome other women from all different backgrounds into our community? We'll have monthly video lessons with me, a monthly email filled with interesting and creative content to build you up, and ways to connect with other women. What you can do is encourage other women to join us online at Women Walking with God Community and consider sharing our email with others. So let's work together like the women of Bethlehem to welcome old friends and new into a deeper relationship with God and with each other and to grow this new community.